You must pick one, Neil. On the conservative side, Charlie Kirk is getting ready to debate college kids, Candace is getting ready to ask for the next question, Matt Walsh is doing 10 reps, 3 sets of What is a woman? And as Mongold is doing eyebrow raises, 100 for each one. On the liberal side, we have Hassan supporting terrorism, Ethan wondering what is wrong with him, people coming together to be advocates for women's rights, despite not knowing what a woman is, and Kamala paying all famous artists money to vote for her and still lose the election. Neither, please. I often think about the ridiculousness of politics. It's supposed to be a serious matter because one wrong election and suddenly everything is expensive, but especially nowadays, it's just as much serious as it is comedy.
What I'm going to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. Billionaires.
Like these are the people we want to run the country. Yeah, right. Why take any young and brilliant people when we could just take a dementia patient who raised the inflation like crazy, a used car salesman who increased tariffs so high that everyone is mad about it, and a black woman. It's crazy how oblivious people are to this kind of stuff. Like politics is basically just a competition of who lies the best, and people like to think that they're geniuses for voting for their lord. Obviously some people have some critical thinking capabilities, but a lot of the times it's just people voting for someone either because their people are, or it catches the vibe, or that they don't even know. Like, how am I supposed to take the election seriously when our country's leaders are based on nothing? And to make matters worse, people actually commit violence because they disagree with someone about politics. Like, you don't know why you voted, you don't know why you believe what you have been told, and yet you still make such radical choices. It's also sad to think how badly the whole system is designed. On every election there are few people that you choose to vote for. Few people out of how many there are in your country. And hey, if you don't like him or can't align with any of them, sucks to be you. And meanwhile, choosing elections based on percentages isn't necessarily bad. It sucks to think that if one side gets like 51% of votes and the other side gets 48%, we're pretty much just disappointing half of the country. And in the age of the internet, people can be pretty damn upset. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that meanwhile conservatives are laughing at the absurdity of these reactions, I don't think that they would have behaved much differently. Now, despite the fact that I like either side, I can say that Trump being elected had a couple of good reasons, like ending the wars, making a better economy, and especially ending woke movements. I mean, we know that politicians can never be trusted, so it pretty much doesn't even matter. But as for Trump, is it an achievement to establish something obvious as there being two genders? Well, it's not supposed to be. But considering how America and the UK are doing, I don't think that it's such a bad idea. And it also sucks that anything that liberal America and UK did, Finland copied it. Now suddenly everything is gay, people are sitting on the roads, and the roadmen prey on every dark corner. And I never even understood how being liberal pretty much just means that you're either gay or actively support the gays. I always thought it's about being free and wanting fairness in the country. But I guess taking people that are mentally this vulnerable and telling them that what they do is something people desire to do, it's not as bad of a political move. I mean, after all, Kamala got over 75 million votes. Pretty much every media in the world took her side, which also kind of makes you question the governing position as a whole. Why are schools and anything public that is government funded liberal? And I mean, it's just more embarrassing how much support Kamala had, most of the popular musicians, all of the government media, 75 million voters, and she still lost. She lost to a 78-year Oompa Loompa found guilty of 34 felonies. Talk about rookie mistake, eh? I mean, we could definitely agree that Houston's poor aim got Trump some popularity twice, but I gotta say the guy pulled a miracle. I mean, carrying all those lies on your back and avoiding questions like he avoids jail, that's gotta be exhausting, to watch at least. Now with politics being pretty much just a comedy slash shit show, I think we can all agree that it's both funny and ridiculous. But going to the extent that it certainly has become much bigger of an issue within people's personal lives. Like, some people literally have broken contact with the significant others and family members over the idea that they voted for the different party. Like, both parties are supposed to love the country and do the best as they see, yet the people are entirely divided. It's also funny that both sides just think that they are so much better than the other one. Like how conservatives say that the leftists are sheeps for believing in woke, but they forgot to mention that they blindly follow someone who cheated on his pregnant wife with a corn star and then tried to deny it with a check. And when you go to social media, it's the exact same thing. When you turn Asmongold's video on, it's just a bunch of conservatives agreeing with each other that the other side sucks and that Asmongold, the rich dude that lives like a roach, is some kind of a genius. And then when you watch Hassan, the comment section is filled with liberals who think that the other side sucks, and Hassan, the spoiled man-child, is some kind of a genius. And it's also interesting to point out that whoever is in the office office, people are just never happy. Like there is always just something wrong. And I mean, of course, it's not possible to establish a perfect world, but wanting someone so badly in the office, then realize you made a bad decision and now you demand a change. And you know, for someone like me who doesn't vote, it's definitely interesting to see how people operate. Like we're having debates over lies and pure ignorance.
Government agencies don't pay taxes.
That is not true. That is not true. And you know what? I think
We're also having this constant battle between content creators and their fan bases, comparing who has the most delusional ideas or which side has the more attractive people or simply who's gonna ruin the country the best. And it's funny how a lot of woke people in the midst of this political war try to say how we're supposed to be focusing more on the economy because everyone is doing so bad. But do you know why people are doing bad? It's not just inflation, it's because of your rules. Allow me to touch your kids without their consent. Allow me to give them irreversible life-changing operations. You must call me a woman because I identify as one.
And if we don't,
you won't get a job. And hey, summer is gay. Like since when we did start taking mentally ill people off asylums and therapy, we never thought that it could go off the rails. Does this look acceptable to you? If it does, get in. Now, what you can take away from this video? Humanity probably has no hope. We're constantly digging us closer to our graves. Fuck up the economy, people's minds, our food, healthcare, everything. And especially politics. I'm gonna say that whoever you vote for, it's not gonna change things for the better, but if it helps you to get some sleep at night, at least until the judgment day arrives, then do it to help yourself. But please, be more open-minded and not just a blind follower. You can never know where they are gonna lead you to. And just because you're a conservative, it doesn't mean that you have to vote for Trump. Just as much if you're liberal, you don't need to vote or like Biden or Harris. You wouldn't even be the only one. And oftentimes when people have such strong opinions about something, it's rarely ever because they actually experienced it. It's rather just something that they saw on the news. Every time you open the news channel, it's war and war and war, inflation, local men say the N-word and so on. But yet when you go outside, it's sunny, the air is fresh, and life is cool. Well, unless your country is in a war. In that case, good luck because I have a video to make.